Hey there, this is Dr. Evan Osar with Integrative Movement Insider. Happy Monday. Hope your week has started out well and you had a great Thanksgiving holiday if you're here in the North America region. We had a great day with my in-laws. Ate a lot, as we generally do on Thanksgiving Day. And now we're back at it on Monday, Cyber Monday. So you probably get inundated with Cyber Monday deals today. So we're gonna hold off just a little while so that way you can sort of settle down and get back to work and get sort of the inbox sort of emptied. And we'll talk to you in a little while about our online end of the year sales. Today, I'm going to discuss a very important topic to you and your older clients, especially if you train older clients with the risk of falling and or have trouble walking. There's a brand new study came out in 2019, so a couple of years ago, but it looked at the self-reported. So these individuals, they actually interviewed these individuals and they self-reported how many steps they did in the course of a day and or short period of time. And what the authors concluded was that the number of steps that one takes is inversely proportionate to all-cause mortality, meaning that the more steps, i.e. probably the more active an individual is, the more likely they are to have less cause of all diseases, which is great news if you are a health and fitness professional, which you probably are because you're watching this in part of our community. Thank you for allowing us to be part of your community and your life as well. So think about that. If our clients do more stairs, they lower their risk of all diseases. And now, obviously, in light of what's happening in the world, we see that there's a lot of challenges that our older clients have, especially now that they're being less active. They're getting out more. And more of our older clients are moving to facilities that have less stairs because they have either weakness or balance issues and or walking issues. Maybe they have osteoarthritic changes in their lower extremity that inhibits them from doing or prohibits them from doing things like stairs. Well, there's actually an easy way to actually train your clients to do stairs, even if they don't have a facility that has stairs. And even if your client has joint issues, obviously you want to have your clients cleared, medically cleared to do exercises. And obviously there's some clients that just won't benefit from doing those type of movements, step up type movements, because step ups are great exercise to prepare your clients for stairs. And in lieu of some of your clients that maybe don't have stairs or don't go to facilities where there are stairs to do on a regular basis. The step up pattern is really just a progression of the split squat. So if you think about the split squat position is just here and up from here. So basically, a split squat is a step up. The step up is just a progression of a split squat. So teach your client how to do a split squat first, and you've set them up for success for stairs. The other challenge our clients have with stairs and or step ups as an exercise is the height of the step, or the step that they're using for the step up. Many of our clients are given step ups that are too high. Many of our younger clients are also doing step ups that are too high, so therefore they have to compensate. They tend to use a step that's way too high, so when they step up, they basically are just hyperextending their knee to drive themselves up. So when you teach your client the step up pattern, a great place to start is to help your client align themselves over a low step first. Obviously, you've already progressed them from a split squat. Position them appropriately over a low step first. So what you want to do is align the head and neck and thoracopelvic cylinder, so the rib cage over top of the pelvis. Have your client then place one foot on the step and then align their body, put most of their body weight on that forward leg. So that way the weight is over top of the foot already, and now you square them up, so you square up the entire thoracopelvic cylinder to that forward foot. So foot is set on the tripod, and now you get the hip, knee, ankle, foot aligned. Now you're already preloaded that posterior chain. Because what a lot of our clients do, or should say how they perform step-ups or even walk upstairs, is they're behind their base of support, their foot, and now what they do is they just thrust their knee back to get themselves up. Obviously, that will drive a lot of extension in the knee and even hyperextension if your client already has, and in your clients that already have knee problems, you can see how that would create and or perpetuate some of their knee issues. If you take that moment and align your client up and over top of their foot, so their center of mass is already over top of that foot before they even start. Now the glute is preloaded, that posterior chain, the entire posterior chain, so the hamstrings, the external hip rotators. Now from here, they can just use that glute to drive up. Much less pressure on the knee when you preload and get the weight up over the step and use the glute and posterior chain to step up and then control. So you're stepping up and then controlling. Again, if your client needs it, they can always grab, you can tie or attach an elastic tubing in front of them, so that way they can hold this and then use some assistance with their arms if need be. Once your client gets here, now you can start to do alternate arm and leg and start to increase the speed of this. And then obviously you can progress your client to where they're doing a single leg hold and then back down. Single leg hold and then back down. The one other benefit of a low step to begin with is training the eccentric component, because as you've heard us talk here on Facebook Live, the eccentric component is almost more important. Obviously concentric is important too, but the eccentric component is almost more important, because what we want to teach our clients to do is decelerate and really load up that posterior chain, load up that glute, hamstring, and external hip rotators with this slight lean forward. So the eccentric portion of the exercise is just as important and almost more important than the eccentric portion of the exercise. So teach your client how to align and how to control that eccentric phase, and then they'll be able to achieve a better concentric position or motion in the step-up pattern. And then as they master that, you can increase the speed, the going to less stable surface. You can even put down something like a balanced pad to make that even more challenging. So again, it's the same alignment over top of that pad, and it's the same step up and control. Step up to single leg, control, and you see they're much more challenging with a labile surface. So again, make sure your client can own that position at the lower heights and with a more stable base before you get to more labile type surfaces. And that's how you can use a step up effectively to improve your client's ability to use stairs and get that benefit from this step up pattern or from doing stairs, even with those clients that have osteoarthritic changes of their hip and or knees and have balance issues, because again, this pattern really teaches the individual how to control their center of mass over their base of support, which is a big component or a large component to balance as well as walking. And that's exactly what we're discussing in our brand new series of 2 Anatomy Geeks. We're on module number 3 here, final part of the series, where we're discussing walking. The step-up pattern, even though it's not the gait pattern, it's not really very similar to the gait pattern. I should say there are similarities of the step-up to the gait pattern, because what the step-up pattern does, or how it relates to walking, is it allows your client to learn how to align their center of mass over their base of support and control their center of mass over their base of support. It teaches them how to progress forward. So again, you're developing the alignment to the control, strength in that position, endurance in that position, so that they can then use those same sort of activation strategies when they're walking. So we'll be discussing more about gait and walking this Saturday, 9 a.m. Central. So if you'd like to join us, we'd love to have you. If you missed the first 2 parts, no worries. We talked about posture in episode number 1 of the series. We talked about balance in episode number 2. We're going to talk about walking. So even if you missed the first 2, you can watch the recordings. You can join us for part 3. The link is next to or below this video, wherever you're watching it. And we'd love to have you for 2 Anatomy Geeks, posture, balance, and walking, and how to use this information. So it's not just like, hey, here's a bunch of information, go figure out how to use it. It's like, here's some information, here's how you use it, here's how you apply your anatomy knowledge, your anatomy and biomechanics knowledge of the gait cycle to help your clients improve their walking. Because again, we know that posture, balance, and walking are linked. And then if we're able to break out and improve certain aspects of your client's posture, of their balance, and then ultimately incorporate this into their walking, you're going to give them a better strategy for longevity, for independence, and sustainability, which is what we're ultimately training our clients to have. to be more sustainable, to be more robust, to have longevity so they can live independent lives and live the quality of lives and do the things they need to, want to, and or love to do so that you become the expert for those clients that you are currently serving and also attract more individuals that need, want, and will pay you for your expertise. So, love to have you join us. Tune in to Anatomy Geeks. Jill and I will be bringing this week, we're talking about walking and specifically improving rotation, because walking is really about not only the control of center of mass over base of support, it's also about rotation. Being able to step, rotate, control that rotation, then counter rotate to get the weight forward to the opposite leg. So we'll be discussing the gait cycle and rotation. We'll discuss what happens when your clients lose rotation, because when they lose rotation, they tend to step side to side, and that's when they lose the ability or have an increased risk of falling and or stumbling when they're walking, and that's when they start to have a fear of walking and being out, and they become more closed in. So again, you can change people's lives with this information. So this is Dr. Evan Osar with Integrative Movement Insider. We'd love to see you in 2 Anatomy Geeks this Saturday, 9 a.m. The link is next to this video, so you can enroll, and we'll see you there. Make it a great day. Get out there, inspire, empower, educate your clients, and let's go make this world a better place. Take care.